Now, ahead of the Tokyo Olympics, 2016 silver Olympic medalist PV Sindhu spoke exclusively to Times Network's Karishma Singh. Now, hoping to win a medal at the tournament, Sindhu revealed her excitement to get back to the court. She revealed how she'd been training for the event since February. The badminton star also emphasized on safety at such a large-scale event. She also hinted that she may not return to train under PV Gopichand after the Olympics get over.
But so that's safe to say that sporting world was also one of the hardest hit with the COVID-19 pandemic. Like you said, events were cancelled, across the world, and it was a little sad. But did you also, somewhere feel a little discomfort not knowing what was in store for you, because it's happening since last year that events are only getting cancelled or happening without spectators, or are being called off in the middle of being conducted?
Yeah, well, it is sad that, when we were expecting tournaments to happen, we almost didn't have tournaments for like almost 1 year, 9 months. And again, we slowly started. But then, back then it was like we were actually waiting to get back on court, because we are used to that situations and we're used to that life and stuff. But I think right now we are in such a situation where we need to get used to this new normal, where we need to play without spectators, and we have to make sure we follow all the protocols, and, we do the testing and just, go for practice and then come back straight to the hotel, not go anywhere else and be in a bio bubble. So we have to make sure, because, it is also good that, the association, the tournament officials are conducting these tournaments, even though we are in such a situation, which is really good from their side, because, it is really tough. I understand comparatively, because it's not so easy when you conduct tournaments and make sure that people from different countries, come and stay in that, and in that situation, it is not easy for the people to say that, okay, we are playing tournaments and, it is fine. But we need to understand the protocols and make sure we are in a safe place. And they are giving us that confidence that, yes, we can go and play out there.
Very important Tokyo 2020. How are your preparations going on at Gachibowli Stadium?
Well, it's going on really well, and I've been playing in Gachibowli Stadium since Feb, after Thailand. And it is really good, because Gachibowli Stadium is a place where, it's like an international standards, and it's a big stadium. And generally, whenever we travel abroad and play tournaments, it's always big stadiums, and, the air conditioning, and we need to control the shuttle, and sometimes the shuttle might be fast, it might be slow. So we need to get used to the flight and everything. So, of course, when we have the opportunities, why don't we use them? So yeah, since then I've been playing there. And
Park, like you said, for a long time now. So what are the major differences that you feel in terms of training under Gopichand sir and now training under Park?
Well, it's comparatively very different, because every coach has a different strategy, skill, and different thinking. So, it's always good to learn and grab things, because, and utilize them whenever needed. So with Park, it's comparatively different. With Gopi sir, it was comparatively different. And it is always nice to learn new things and new techniques, and play them whenever needed, and utilize them whenever needed.
And this move to train under Park is going to be a permanent one, or we could see you back under Gopichand sir after the Olympics are over?
Well, right now, I'm training with Park since 1.5 years. So hopefully I'll be continuing with him, because he's been doing really good as a coach. And I think game-wise, because, that relationship and that bond between an athlete and the coach is very much needed, because you need to understand the player and make sure that he's comfortable or she's comfortable in whatever you do. Because, when you're playing a match, your coach is always there behind you to understand and know what's going on in your mind. So that way you need to also give your best from your side, because, as a coach, he's giving his 100% on you. So yes, I'll be continuing with him. Yeah.
Also going to be the only Indian singles badminton player who will be representing our country in the Tokyo Olympics. And, you know, the expectations here back home will be to turn the Rio silver into the Tokyo gold. So how do you deal with that kind of pressure? I know you're used to it, but does it change or increases with every Olympics?
Well, definitely, yes. Back then in 2016, there was no pressure. There was no much responsibility because it was the first time, and it was completely different because, you know, it was also my first time and I didn't know how it would be. But now it's very, very different where the pressure, the responsibilities are going to be there. But I think it will be there. But I have to make sure that, you know, I just go you know, with the mindset thinking that, yes, I need to give my best and each match counts. It's not that, you know, right away I think about getting a medal. Yes, you need to have that thinking, but it is also important that you stay calm, stay composed, and, you know, each match is very, very important. So it's just step by step. Yeah.
And do you feel you've grown also in terms of your, you know, growth progress from 2016 to 2021, just ahead of the Olympics? You know, you've won the silver medal, you've been crowned world champion. So does that somewhere add to your confidence going into Tokyo?
Definitely, yes, because, you know, step by step, year by year, I've improved a lot, and experience definitely counts. So yes, a lot of matches, not only, you know, the World Championship, but also a lot of matches give me a lot of confidence. And yes, getting that goal at the World Championships is definitely a big thing for me, and that gave me a lot of boost and a lot of confidence. And game wise, yes, I've improved a lot. Years. And I think overall, off court, on court, as a person, I've, yes, definitely improved, and I'm much more experienced and know things and know how to deal with, you know, the pressure and how to overcome the loss and, yeah, everything. So as a person, I've increased a lot and I've really improved in a lot of things.
And if we talk about Tokyo Olympics, they're going to be held in a biobubble environment, something that we were talking about earlier as well. So do you think when athletes play in a long-term perspective in biobubbles, a lot of importance also needs to be put on mental health and mental well-being of the athlete as well, something that has, you know, been debated since Naomi Osaka also pulled out of the French Open. So biobubble and mental well-being, somewhere you feel need to go hand in hand?
Well, I think, see, biobubble is comparatively different with the mental aspect because, you know, biobubble is where it is also for our safety, you know, because, you know, you can't go out and, you know, if you get COVID, it's not good for you and also to the people out there. Yeah. So they're making sure that, you know, we are in the biobubble so that, you know, we all are safe as athletes, because every athlete is coming from different country. Yeah. And, you know, the officials, the organizers are making sure that, yes, the protocols are followed, and they're making sure that, you know, you have to maintain this. So you can't say that, no, we're not getting enough time, or, you know, we're getting so fed up, because we have to get used to this new normal. And I've played tournaments like this. Like, I played almost like 3-4 tournaments like this, and I think it is fine because our safety comes first. And coming to the mental aspect, yes, I've you know, I've seen Osaka handling that, and she was, you know, in depression and stuff, and she couldn't speak. But I think you also have to understand the athlete's perspective from where and what she's going through, because, you know, you have to also respect you know, her personal things, where if she doesn't want to speak or stuff, but also you need to communicate. I'm not saying that you should not speak, but you need to communicate accordingly. And I think she came up with a statement saying that, you know, I am not fine, but when time is fine, I'll come and speak. Yeah. So that way, definitely, yes, you need to give them their personal space, but also at the same time, you have to make sure that, you know, you communicate and understand things well. Yeah.